God is really teaching us at the downtown location that we really need to operate and minister from a place of weakness and humility, and not just from a place of strength and knowledge and ability. It's in our weakness, and it's in our failing even, and it's in a place of humility that Christ really uses us. It's just amazing to see God work through those things, because we really can't take any credit for it, and God really gets the glory for everything that He's doing. If you look at the timeline of the downtown church plant, we started in another building. So it was very much like pop-up church. We would use their stuff, we would use their area, but they didn't have a whole lot of kids. And so we were turning a church library into a nursery. Then God provided the opportunity for us to be here in Old Brick. It's a building that's known as a building that serves the community, which is what we want to be about as a church. So it's great to be here. But then a little over a year ago, we had the opportunity to move into a newly renovated office space that provides us an opportunity to do a number of things. We can do counseling here at Old Brick. We have a designated room for preschool where it's just set up all the time. It's age specific, just like our rooms in North Liberty are. We have an area where community groups can meet right here on campus. So we have a community group that meets here each week. And we're able to serve more families, which has been really great. And so God has really provided, if you look back at the timeline, He's just been faithful to provide just what we need in the right timing.
We go downtown because it's where we live. It's the center of where we do life. And so we wanted to be where we were at, because if that's where we live, that's who we want to serve with, and that's who we want to be able to reach and invite to. And then it's also just such a different feel. We do the same sermon series. We have the same staff. We share the same resources. But when you go to one and then you go to another, you're like, huh. That was a different experience. And it's just amazing to see people come in and be equipped and be sent out. It almost feels more like a sending center. And having sent out ones and teaching them what it means to be sent out is a really cool opportunity that exists on the downtown campus.
Being here in a university town, we have some undergrads involved, but the number of grad students and international students that we have involved, we just never would have thought that we have so many of them involved, and it has been great to see them come into our church. We have a growing number of young families whose kids are not so young anymore, they're getting older, and so we're thinking through how do we serve families well, so families know that this isn't just the college church, or that there's not going to be things for their kids or their families that are going to support them as a family. And so some things that we're looking at is how can we not only serve who we have, but how can we provide families that have gone before these younger families, that can mentor these younger families, continuing to use our meals effectively in a way that is allowing people to connect with people that are maybe in a different demographic than them.
Twice a month we get to have meals, and a lot of that comes from the North Liberty campus. Community group members come down and spend an afternoon, and they are just wonderful in bringing the meals that just allow for downtown to have moments to build community. They also come down and provide serving the meal, and it's just a beautiful time for the North Liberty campus to get to come and see what is going on downtown. So we are just overwhelmed and thankful for the community groups that come and just are willing to serve our church in such a way.
One of the reasons we first started going to the downtown campus was because my wife lived here originally 3 years ago, and since she plugged in there and developed relationships there and garnered friendships there and garnered community there, when I came into the picture and I started dating her and then marrying her, I said we should continue to go to that church for now because that's where your community is. I think it's very reminiscent of what my church is back in Des Moines. It has a lot of the same styles and community, and it has rotating pastors to kind of have different people giving different perspectives. And I feel like familiarity is what kind of causes us to go to certain churches a lot too, is where do we feel comfortable? Where do we feel like we can be at that stage where we're willing to go out and seek relationships? So ultimately, I think that is God's provision, giving us that opportunity to have that start with our marriage in a community that we both are okay doing.
We see a diversity of people come together in every sense of the word, diversity, coming together and spending time together. people spending more time together than just coming to service and leaving and not really knowing one another. It's people pitching in and working together to set up and tear down and clean up for meals. And it's really a team effort. It's not just the downtown church, but it's really the North Liberty Church. It's a great example of being one church in two locations. It's beautiful for us to go to North Liberty and see what God is doing there. It's beautiful as folks come downtown and see what God is doing here. And it's all like one family, same values, same mission, but it looks a little different with distinctive. So we would love for you to experience that and come down and serve or just worship with us anytime.